Great. So I'm really pleased to have a new guest on the show here from the NOAA conference here in Zurich, where sustainability is very much on the agenda of this conference, where investors and startups are meeting to try and finance the transformation of our world. I've got a new guest here, and I'd like him to introduce himself. Could you say who you are and where you're from?
I'm Sander van Dortland. I'm from Holland, representing Greentix at this moment. And Greentix is a CO2 compensation program. But unlike most other CO2 compensation programs, where you just buy compensation on your website, like we're compensating our CO2 emissions, which I think is boring. We are actually adding a second thing to it, that you can give away CO2 credits, or Greentix in this case. And that's where the fun comes in, because you can buy Greentix, give it to your loved ones, give it to your employees through your payrolling system or whatever. But most importantly, you can also give it to your clients. And that way you have a loyalty program to your clients. So your client buys your product from you, be it clothing, be it a conference like here, be it hotels, be it services like a lawyer firm or something. And of course, everything you do has a CO2 footprint. So you can calculate your CO2 footprint, and you can give the Greentix that you buy from the Greentix organization, and you can give them to your clients, and they add them to their personal wallet. Pretty much like an air miles system for airlines and stuff like that. And that's what makes it fun, because you can buy Greentix online, you can buy cards, you can put them as part of your product, and that way you can have a loyalty system.
Sanjay, I know you're going to come to some little pictures and things like that there, but just so you're at the NOAA conference because you want to make the other delegates here, which are a mixture of startup and investors, aware that you have an offering for them, for their business model, for their customers, for their employees, that they too can be part of the climate solution by, in a sense, investing in carbon offset, carbon projects, and then sharing that in terms of almost like a reward for doing something good or being part of some kind of scheme.
Exactly. So what we want to do, we want to help companies, of course, firstly, to compensate their CO2 footprint, but secondly, we want to help the companies help their clients offset their CO2 program. And it's pretty unique as far as we know. We're the only ones in the world who offer this. And that's why we want to go into other countries. We're looking for partners in other countries. And the fun part is that you give away. You can actually give somebody a birthday gift, like a tree or 3 trees or 5 trees. And of course, the trees are being planted in Suriname or in other countries. But that is the unique idea of combining a CO2 offset with a gift, with a loyalty program for companies. And that's how we can help companies.
So you must be very pleased that in Glasgow at the last United Nations Climate Conference, that they, after 6 years of discussion and negotiations, agreed some kind of framework for markets, both formal carbon markets, but also the voluntary carbon market.
Exactly.
And so you should be seeing, in a sense, a bit more activity perhaps now in this area going forward. So you were quite pleased with that. How do we make sure, though, that this doesn't lead to greenwashing, which of course is the concern that many people have, that it's a greenwashers charter and large fossil fuel companies will, offset all their emissions and not really do anything serious, cutting their real emissions?
No, absolutely. No, we're part of the voluntary market, clearly. And we're working with NGOs that are like Vera certified.
Third-party certified, like Vera.
Absolutely.
Okay. You want to show us something here?
I wanted to show it works.
Sander.
Like you go to greentix.org.
Greentix.org.
Exactly. .com. Org. Greentix.org. And you can, if you wish, you can calculate your CO2 footprint. You don't have to, but you can. You can register as a company. Or as an individual, as a ranger, of course, we call that. And for instance, if you have a web shop or a hotel or any other service, you can green up the product that you make, that you have. And you can give the Greentix to your clients. So you actually make yourself a landing page, so clients can find you in the Greentix system, and you can loyalize, if you wish, your customers by giving them Greentix, and they get them in their system, so they can actually see their own little forest grow. You can buy cards actually as well, and of course I have done so personally as well. I've personally set off my own CO2 footprint. So you get this nice gift wrap, and you get cards. I got myself a gold card and a platinum card, and those cards you can reimburse in the system, and that's how you get them on your account. That's the reimbursing process. And then you become in my case, a bronze ranger, and you can actually see which, not exactly which tree, of course, but which project. So these are my trees. My personal
so are those trees or are those mangroves?
These are mangroves. This is in Suriname for coastal maintenance. But they're also doing rainforest maintenance and reconstruction. And the main thing is that they're also maintaining the trees. They're not just planting a tree, but also, that's why we're paying more. So we're paying more in order for community to keep the rainforest in place, and also for the community there, the indigenous people, to have work, which is also important, so they don't start cutting down all the trees again. Our the NGO that we work with is Conservation International in Suriname. And they also make sure that the trees are being maintained. Fun part is the giving away. So here you can see my gold card, you can see my platinum card that I've redeemed, but you can also give away to your friends. So I gave 140 Greentix. Greentix are 5 cents, and they mean 7 kilograms of CO2. So 140 Greentix is 1 tree. So I gave 1 tree to one of my best friends. And she has reimbursed the tree, the Greentix. So she's become a member as well. So that's how you can make the system fun. And that's what we add to something boring. What we find. Like
sounds CO2. Very clear. Sounds very fun. Yeah, absolutely. Good. So thank you very much. So let's, there's your email. Yes, okay. info@greentix.org. You're a good marketeer.
Thank you very much.
Very much indeed, yes. Just moving on then to, so this is interesting, and we know the carbon markets hopefully are now going to take off even further and hopefully do good things, create real reductions in carbon dioxide emissions and other greenhouse gases, and at the same time protect nature-based solutions and also reward the people in those poorer communities who are doing that on the front line. That's great. Looking at the bigger picture then, and an even bigger picture, you know, a lot of developing countries are facing some really tough choices because they have, or they're sitting on fossil fuels, which of course in the richer countries, we burnt over, what, 200 years to grow our economies. And then they're being asked to, you know, like maybe not, you know, extract these fossil fuels. What do we do? I mean, the Okavango Delta in southern Africa is facing that challenge. They're test drilling for oil. I think Suriname has challenges too there. What do we do as the, say, richer countries? How do we help these people keep it in the ground?
We help these people. Same thing happens in Suriname with all the gold mining and everything. If you do not give them an alternative, and they of course want to feed their children, they will keep working in the gold mining business industry. So you have to give them something else, which means in this case forest maintenance, which they have to do, but also tourism. So you can actually visit your own project. You can see which part your trees are part of. Of course, you compensate your flight as well. You compensate your whole trip, of course, with the same system. But you can actually go there. There's tourism, there's trips, there's travels, and everything. And that's how we make sure that the indigenous people have something else instead of having to work in the gold mines in order to feed their children.
Exactly. Final question, and this was something we don't have time, TV, which you're on right now. We were in Glasgow at the UN Climate Conference, and we decided to put a counter up at that time, a count up actually, on fossil fuel subsidies. And you may know the International Monetary Fund brought out this report just before the Glasgow conference showing that the governments are spending $11 million a minute on subsidizing fossil fuels around the world. It turns out to be trillions every year. And it was quite shocking that the end of COP26, that there were so many hundreds of billions of dollars that had been spent just during that small time frame on fossil fuel subsidies. We're having another go here, which is how much has been spent since Glasgow on fossil fuel subsidies. And there you are at 580 billion. Yeah, we just saw it on the screen.
Absolutely.
This money could be better spent on something else, couldn't it?
Of course.
And what's your view? Should we be phasing down and out these and investing in other things on our world?
Yes, I think it will be difficult to immediately get rid of all the fossil fuels. But I think this money could be better spent.
Yeah, it levels the playing field much more between nature-based solutions, green energy.
Okay.
And
what we are looking for is clients, of course, people who want to enroll in this part, giving away Greentix, but also partners like in other countries, like for instance, Scandinavian countries, other countries, in order to spread the word, if you wish, to spread the system. And this way, I think it's fun to compensate CO2, which will make it much more reachable for people, much more palpable for people, and much more fun.
Great, Sander. Well, thank you so much. I wish you great luck here at the NOAA conference. I hope it goes well. I hope lots of people want to join your initiative and compensate their emissions in this fun way. So thank you very much indeed.
Okay, thank you.